G'day everybody, got myself a Stiga ride-on lawnmower. I'm in Australia and there's not much information about them online, so I thought I'd give you my thoughts. This is the Tornado 4108 HWL model. That means that it has a 650cc V-twin motor, plenty of power. It's got a big fuel tank. It's got some fuses there. You can plug your battery charger in there. To change the oil, you just push that in and that comes out to drop your oil. So that's really simple. The motor has lots of power. I was down the back the other day. We're on 80 acres and I was mowing some very tall, wet green grass and it didn't miss a beat. As you can see, I got a little trailer on the back there. I built that and that's how I go and collect my firewood. You can't put much weight on the back there, but the trailer's pretty well balanced. The hydrostatic drive is very good, and this is a 42-inch cut and it's got twin rotating blades underneath there, and there's two belts. One belt drives the hydrostat and one belt drives the cutters. So it's not a bad little lawnmower for 5,000 Australian dollars. It's a bit plasticky, but there's three things that really annoyed me. First of all, the steering would wander. So what I did was I put these little blocks in, wooden little blocks with a cable tie and a screw, because this whole thing was going backwards and forwards as you drove it. So you're constantly chasing the steering wheel, so that stopped that. The other thing I did was this button here, you have to push every time you want to go in reverse, and it just drove me insane. So what you got to do is you got to take that off, and I'll show you how to get around that. And the other one was this seat. Every time you hopped off the seat, the whole lawnmower would stop. And we got no kids and we're on 80 acres and it just did my head in. So what you got to do is you got to take these out, take those two bolts off, 4 bolts, and then what you'll find is there is a switch tucked right up under there. You pull the 2 wires off, and I just got a car fuse and put it in the end and cable tied it up. So now it just doesn't stop. Now this thing's not a bush basher, but it's good to get over the acreage. This thing, you know, it's not extra heavy duty, but it's all right. I lifted it up a little bit, so when I'm driving around, it's a bit higher than normal. And of course, you just adjust the height with this lever. It's pretty simple. And it just goes down, this just goes up. You put your beer in there, you can put your phone down there if you want it. The headlights look pretty cool, but they're not super bright. So once you get the cover off, you can see this switch, and every time you go backwards, this lever would come up and hit the switch and you'd have to hold the button down. So I just loosen off that bolt there and I move that out the way, so now when you go backwards it doesn't hit that switch. So that's how you get around that silly nanny reversing button switch. Alright, it's back together now. Just jump on, start it up. Beautiful. To engage it, you're mowing. Rev her up. That's full ball. The hydrostatic's really good. Wide, so it takes a bit of getting used to of the width. Make sure you don't hit things on the side as you go past them. It's got a really good turning circle. It turns on a dime. However, you'll see the frame flexes. I go over this. Not built for the bush. Well, it's not a bush basher, but for getting over the ground, it's pretty good. Turns so sharp, I've got to jackknife the trailer. wander all over the place, the nanny reverse button, and the seat kill engine mechanism. Once I modified them, it's not a bad little machine. But no, it's certainly not a bush basher. We got a 25-year-old Cox Stockman lawnmower, and that thing we just take it anywhere, it's solid as. But this is just to get over the acreage. Yeah, so for $5 grand, not bad. See ya.